Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that help me build up a sizable rental portfolio in about 2 years and now manage that portfolio. Today, guys, I want to talk about this wild environment we're in where rates have increased as fast as they possibly have in history. And now we're sitting at, I think at the time of this recording in November 2023, we're sitting at about an 8% mortgage rate. So for an investor, I just want to talk about what that means. So if you're an owner, a property owner with a rental property, or you're thinking about having a rental property or buying a rental property or turning your current house into a rental property, this is something to think through. I want to talk a little bit about strategy, what rates are sitting at today, what that kind of means, and some of the cautions that you need to have, because you're going to have people starting to try to influence you because they're getting hungry. And I'll talk about who those people are. So if you guys are interested in learning a little bit about mortgage rates, how they impact you as an investor, and how we're going to combat that and things to be weary of, watch this. So before we get into that, appreciate you guys who watch. If you find this valuable, please like, share, subscribe. If not, don't, comment below. Let us know what we need to do different. Obviously, this is for y'all, the investor community. So let's get into that. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the current environment. So as of today, again, November 2023, the current 30-year fixed mortgage is about 8%. So this is this is a Redfin study, and I'm sure there's slightly different numbers, but if you can read my chicken scratches, currently of all the mortgages across the United States, almost 92% have a less than a 6% interest rate. 82.4% have less than a 5% mortgage rate. 62% have less than a 4%, and almost 24% have less than a 3% mortgage rate. So this is the interest rate for their current mortgage across the United States at the time of this recording. So again, November 2023, this is what the Redfin study came out with. So what does this say? This says a lot of people, almost a quarter of folks, have a mortgage less than 3%. Why would they buy or sell their home and have to go buy another one when current rates are sitting at around 8%? So this is what I want to talk through today. So just the proof's in the pudding. When I say a lot of people have mortgages below 4, 5, 6%, here's the proof is in the pudding. Almost 92% have less than 6. So, and then a quarter less than 3. So what do you guys do with that data? So now you believe me, or at least the data is there to say we have a lot of people with some really cheap money. I have cheap money. If you bought a property over the past 10 years, you probably have 3 to 6% on an interest rate. So as an investor, when you're looking and you're trying to run your numbers, you're going to go, some of these numbers don't make sense. At 8%, or if an investor rate, maybe a DSCR loan, you're looking at 9 or 10. That's kind of hard to cash flow on some of these properties. Or you may be having somebody who says, hey, cash out, get your equity out of your property. You've got $100,000 sitting in there, do a cash out refinance, pull some of that money out. So with what's going on now for you as an investor, there are going to be a lot of people, realtors number one, and then mortgage loan officers number two, they're going to be pushing you to do a lot of activity. Hey, perfect time to buy right now. Hey, now's a great time to buy. We got this great deal. Or lenders, hey, we've got this new program. We've got this kind of this refinance program. We can streamline, drop fees, blah, 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 get some of that money out of your property. And I'm here to tell you that that's not always activity, and transactions is not always the best place to go or best thing to do. Sometimes, and again, nobody will like, especially agents will not like me to say this, but it's God honest truth. Sometimes doing nothing is the best thing. Sometimes just letting your property, just living in your 3% mortgage, or just letting the rental property pay off over time and not have to sell or do a cash out refi or do a 1031. Sometimes just doing nothing is the best thing. So you're going to have to do the math yourself. And the reason I want to put this video together is because I see now I'm getting a lot of notifications from agents. Hey, try to trade up, cash out refi, get some of that equity out. Now's a great time to buy. And I want you to get in the mindset of inventory is low. There's not a lot of people listing. You probably heard that. I just showed you why. Their mortgage rates are super, super low, and people are not going to trade a 3% mortgage for an 8% mortgage. So they're staying in place. As an investor, this can be a good time to reevaluate your portfolio. Do some return on equity calculations. Maybe you do want to pull some money out. Maybe you don't want to go up to 80% loan to value. Maybe you want to go up to 50%. But don't let all these outside forces kind of tell you what to do. Again, and I'll say it many times throughout the rest of this video, sometimes doing nothing is the best thing, just waiting. So if you're going to buy a place and you're looking at 8% interest rates or more, and it doesn't cash flow, you're probably going to be like, I don't know if I should do it. And the answer is correct. Who knows? You guys are going to have to be the ones comfortable with and taking the gamble on, okay, over the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, are rates going to drop? Am I going to be able to lock in at an 8%, but hopefully over the next 2 or 3 years, I can cash our refi? Are you guys going to be gambling on that? So that's why I wanted to create this. You guys just have to think through this stuff. There's a tight inventory. There are people that are going to be telling you to do things, cash out your equity, buy another place. Now's a great time to buy. Do the math for yourself and just think about that. Does that make sense for you and your situation? I have bought properties that have been very little cash flow, never negative, but very little cash flow, that over time I've returned a lot. But I also have a 3 or 4% mortgage on those. So if I was buying that again at 8%, I would have to reevaluate some things, because if I'm going to come out of pocket on a negative cash flow property. So think about that. Yes, this is separating some of the wheat from the chaff. 8% interest rates, there's no longer free money out there at 2 and 3%. These are real interest rates. So you're going to have that property perform to be able to pay that off. Or hope that over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, that rates drop and you can refi and increase your cash flow that way. So there's a lot of stuff in there I threw out, y'all, and a lot of different things I covered, but my main thing is to tell you inventory is down. We know that based on these rates. People are sitting in their home. They're not going to give up. A quarter of people have less than 3% mortgage. They're not giving it up. So inventory is low. Agents and mortgage originators and mortgage lenders are hungry. So they're going to be pushing stuff onto you. You're going to see deals and discounts and rebates and all sorts of stuff. And now is the greatest time to buy ever. Keep on keeping on. Dude, keep buying, even though it might not be right for your situation. So it is okay to do nothing. It is okay to do nothing. Evaluate your portfolio, maybe build some cash reserve. Evaluate for yourself on what you think is best for your portfolio. Don't let these folks that are getting hungry dictate the kind of terms in the life of your portfolio. The portfolio is yours. Are you building it to pay for your kids' education, for your retirement? Do what needs to be done in today's environment, which could be nothing, to help you reach your goals. Don't let these outside influences come in and kind of tell you what to do. So I hope that was helpful. I just had to get this kind of off my chest, y'all, because this has been coming up time and time again, and I'm getting flooded with the emails on here's a discount, points, rebates, blah, 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 waving this, waving that to get people to still keep up this transaction volume. So I hope y'all aren't persuaded by that and still do what's best for you on your financial journey. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.